How's it going, folks? What a beautiful weather out in the blue, and sitting out was doing my assessment and I was enjoying. Today's a beautiful weather. Today is where the Melbourne Showground started it, 22nd of the September. Now, this video that I would like to make that really got me thinking about, how the hell did I went from crash my own vehicle. It's been more than 6 weeks already, still haven't got my car. Led to me last 2 weeks bought a brand new car. And the journey that got me into a brand new car is something that it was never questioned in my mind that I'll ever get one. Now, as we all know, in 2022, getting a brand new car is a minimum wait for a year. But I do know how to find a loophole on getting a car. So basically, you go on car sales, you preset the car of the model depending what you want, and as well with the year. Make sure you put a year 2022 to 2022. So you get whatever the availability of the car in the entire country. So different states have the different car, and you can call up and make a deal. And the process wasn't that easy when I get to that level. When I went and serviced my missus' car in Honda, and turns out any of the car you can pick it up on the spot or 3 weeks. Went to my workplace, finding out a car, and shared a story about it. One of them came up and popped up and said, "Should get a Volkswagen. They make too many cars because of the coronavirus. They wanted to make extra orders." Then I went to the Volkswagen, went to the dealership, went to the Honda dealership. The car that I wanted to get, it was 37,000. I think it's a HRV. That's a 5-seater, not the 7-seater. And the interior wasn't that great. The exterior was alright. But 37, I was like, the prices has skyrocketed. So let's just see, the Volkswagen. Now the Volkswagen is beautiful. In my mind, I was wanting to get a T-Cross, or if lucky enough, I can get a T-Roc. T-Roc's a bit more expensive. I was more leaning towards to get the T-Roc because of it's a lot more practical and I liked it. There's a sunroof as well, and as well at the back seat, the second row, there's aircon vent. So it would be great for my daughter and as well for my missus to look after at the back. The T-Cross at the front, that in the second row, there's no aircon vent, so it is a problematic, especially for winter and as well with summer as well. The one good thing about the T-Cross is the fact that the second row, you can move the entire back and forth, depending on the spacing. Depends how you like it. Then we stumbled across with a Tiguan All Space, which is 7-seater. At the time, they wanted to sell it under 50k. Immediately, we liked it. We enjoyed it. And the journey from getting that to where I am, it's bizarre. So I spoke to my mates around. I put a deposit already, and all I need is a bit of paperwork and X, Y, and Z. So the car, it's great. It's brilliant. However, there's too much issues and recourse on that vehicle. Now, be mindful. I don't intend to drive the car for long kilometers because of my missus is the one that's going to drive it. So myself, I would just take over my missus' car, and that's about it. So within the 3 days cooling off period, we called it off, and I decided to find myself an Outlander Mitsubishi. It was perfect. It was great. Now the process for them to, this is the bizarre part that I don't quite understand, and this is the part that I want to remind myself that when they refund the $1,000 deposit, then out of nowhere they give me $2,000, so $3,000. I thought I was getting a safe haven because of the fact that it's been it's been 6 days delayed for the refund. Then they called me up. There's a bit of misunderstanding, transaction error, and I returned back to 2,000. Get done and done with. A week later, they sent me another 2,000. Because the time that I refund the car and not wanting to refund the deposit, I no longer wanted to have a car. that, because of there's too much issue. I had to make some excuse, X, Y, and Z. But this sort of tactics that they used is 2000 is 2000. Now, God knows what's going to happen next 2 weeks or whatever. Are they going to keep giving me this 2000? Then you have to refund. They keep calling up. The fact that I know about it, I think it's a way of tactic of wanting to get your service back to them. To getting back to them in contact. That's a tactic that they use. That's what I believe. I hope next couple of weeks doesn't do that. If there's a bit of updates, I'll comment down below just to let you guys know what's the game they're playing. It's very shifty, very dirty, but at the same time, what could have happened to me if I kept that 2000 and not returning it back? That was my question. But you know what? It is what it is. Maybe in the future I'll do some business with Volkswagen on the car. But yeah, this is the first time I actually used my old phone to record this. Because I started to realise it is a great phone. It's just a bad reception. So yeah, it's a great view, so I can do whatever I want.